a couple of gals. Take all the kids. No, I did that with.
On this ride, I left Northampton, rode into the Woodlands. We had a great turnout. We had visitors from Austin and Dallas joining us. We went out on Fishcreek Blvd, into Honier, Capitol Hill Mill Route, down to 2854. All of that's on film. When we hit Montgomery, we split the groups into two. And then we went 1097 to Mount Pleasant, hitting Forest Road to 149, took Bethel down to Johnson Road, into Dacus, 1486 to Mount Moriah Road. We stopped in Dobbins at the store, and then we continued on 1486 to Jackson, past Karen to 1488, back to the Woodlands. The day never really warmed up very much, but it was just comfortable in the mid 50s, I would say, for most of the ride. I think you will love the clips we got for you. We're leaving the Alden Village Center in the Woodlands, Texas. Look at that sky. Is that beautiful or what? The sun's coming out. Some of the trees, the leaves are changing colors. Just a beautiful fall morning. Paul's asking Mo if he's going to help him with the camera. Mo says maybe later. Mo focused on riding today. There was like a little close call. A couple of guys overlapped wheels. And so Mo lifted the pace after that, because everybody pays attention when the pace is really hot and heavy.
Edwin! What's up, bro?
We're on Research Forest. We're heading out of town.
Hanging in there. Yes.
We have a few riders that are visiting from Dallas, and also another rider from Austin. It's a great turnout, considering the temperature. 9 Celsius, it's about 47, 48. So it's kind of like we're basically rolling out as a unit, and then once we get to Taco, we ended up splitting, because as you will see on here, the speed gets really, really hectic as we get in Honier. The pace really picks up. I'm sitting up front there, I believe. I'm talking with one of the guys that's from out of town. His name is Mitch. He's from Austin. So we chewed the same dirt, so to speak. He's also a student of the sport, so we're talking about the golden years of cycling at the front. I was explaining to him that since the group is so large, we're going to use the road to do 2 abreast, because the shoulder here, the curb juts out at the intersections. So Maurizio Topotopini joined us this morning. So it was great to have Mo on here. Mo ended up leading the aid group through the forest. And we flew into Hornwood. We got there so quickly. It was really fast, especially on the Ribbon Chapel Hill. I'm sitting at the front, so you'll just see Abby and a couple of other riders that are riding through the line. On the left, you'll see them going up the hill. But at the front, most stands for most of that first climb. He's out of the saddle, just ticking over a view. This is Kimberly in the coral jersey here. Kimberly has a triathlon background. She's using her road bike today. I'm getting off the front. The guy on the right is on the front with me. His name is Mitch. He's in the black. I think it's on his short that says Mellow Johnny. It's a bike shop that I believe Lance is a part owner in or something, or owns it. Mellow Johnny Bike Shop in Austin. That's Mitch on the right there. We've been chatting at the front. So we drift into the back so others can. So as this group has grown, what we're doing is when we have enough people, we'll split up the group. I mean, other than that, we don't restrict people's speed. What people want to do, let them do it. They just ask that everybody obey the traffic laws and be safe. Stay upright on your bicycle. That's our only requirement. Because crashes really suck. It's not fun falling off your bike. But, you know, you got to get back up. Get back on it. Get up, check yourself, check the bike, jump on it. Get going again. That's more. It's Doug on the left. It's a nice jersey. The guys behind, I believe, are from Dallas. One of them is, I think his name is Rose. I forgot the full name. I introduced myself to him at Taco Corner. You always want to make your new faces feel welcome in your group. Just go say hi, you know. It's good enough. On Egypt Lane. The right lane here ends. They just added this lane there's a little child care facility on the right. That's for the cars in the morning that are dropping off kids. As I said, only right. It ends. So we use it until it's no more, and then kind of straddle the white line here. So we're using just a piece of the lane. So when I ride solo, I believe that's Steve in the right lane there with the black and chartreuse. I ride where he rides. The sky is beautiful. Very picturesque to me with the clouds spread out like that, like an artist's rendition. It's very therapeutic getting on your bike and heading out. Clear your mind. I kind of wanted to see what happened here because I'm in the back. We were here for a while. I don't know if anybody pushed that button or not. I don't know where I am. There's Laura up there. That's Abby on the left. This is Kimberly. See big Darren over there on the right with the white helmet. Darren stayed together with our group after Taco. We rode through the forest together. And Jennifer's also up there. That's Abby greeting everybody.
Okay, so there's no ride. You go there? Yeah, I would not. So yeah, he said Peter could go there, that train. And they still be watching. So yeah, so the third stop, if anything happens.
See, Mo's legs are covered. Mo gets up very early before the ride. Let's say the ride starts at 7:30. Mo probably is on the road at 6. So he'll ride at least an hour and then pick up the group, whatever group he's going to go with. I mean, he probably rides sometimes up to 90 minutes and then he'll pick up a group. And then sometimes he'll ride after the group ride, depending on what his goals are for that day. But when he's dressed like this, that means it's cold, or it was cold when he got out. Because normally he has a high tolerance for cold weather. He'll wear just, thermal shorts or something, and he'll just use the effort to keep him warm. But it's kind of it's a cold 9 Celsius. It feels like 45. It feels like 7 Celsius, which is about 45 degrees. So since it wasn't going to break much over 18 Celsius, which is about 63 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, I just wore tights. And I'm dressed very warm. I have 2 layers on. I didn't wear arm warmers because I knew I wouldn't be shedding. That's Doug shot on the right with Mo. I think that's Mike Barreras on the right there in front of Doug in the stealth black outfit. Yeah, I believe that's me. The ride was fast. I mostly just sat in. I ended up like in 3rd position once it got really, really fast. And I stayed there pretty much almost until we got to 2854, then I drifted to the back. You'll see all of that unfold. But even sitting in the draft, when Mo was going really hard, it was hard. Because I was like bottom of zone 4, sitting on his wheel. Which is not bad, because I haven't really been training that consistent.
Yes, sir.
Who do you usually ride with?
since October.
I'm from Dallas.
Oh, you're from Dallas.
Yeah, I just
so
came
you
down for,
visit?
yeah, just visited.
Oh, okay. Good to have you, man.
Thank you, brother.
I think that's James. James is one of the guys from Dallas that Paul's talking to. Paul would ask me, have you met James? I told him, yeah, these guys are riding hard. He pointed him out. I said, yeah, these guys are riding right now, so it wasn't the time to meet him. That pace was quickened. Well, we do our best to talk to the new faces, make them feel welcome. Yeah, we hit Fishcreek and the pace picks up. And you hear me, like, look at my watts, 600 watts. You will hear me ask after Laura pulls, I said, that was you? She's at the front. It always takes a big outlay of energy to, you know, when you accelerate initially and then you settle in. We're doing 38K, you know, like 23, 24 miles an hour. See how Mo folds himself over his bike? Aerodynamic. Look at that. Look like he moved. He can get that bike moving, man. Boy, he's stingy with his energy. That's the way you have to be. The wheel is there. You need a draft. I'm in the back. I'm behind Paul. In a little bit, I'm going to ride up and get behind Mo. So I wanted to make sure I'm in the clip so I can do the sync so the data makes sense. Because if I have no idea where I am, because my head unit is what I'm syncing to. I think right here, I rolled up. Jennifer, she was looking to get in. I told her to go ahead, get in the pace line. We're still doing somewhat two abreast. Keeping my cadence 90 to 100 thereabouts. Keeping them high. It's early. I've got this a long day. I rode about probably 50 minutes before I got to the group ride. I have about another 50 minutes when I'm done, something like that. That's just Laura at the ride. That was you. She's a troublemaker. I said, that was you.
Yeah, yeah.
I see really Veloharmony.
I see.
Yeah, we have a little protective film that we put on the noses of our shoes to avoid all the scuffs you get when you flip the pedals. I have a little kit that I put together. We did that with Laura's classic shoes. It came out really nice.
From Dallas?
This is where Paul's asking me if I met James.
Did you meet James from Dallas?
No, I haven't met James.
He's behind me, right behind Laura.
In the blue?
Yeah. Make sure you introduce yourself, man.
I will. But these boys are.
I said I will, but these boys, they got that noses down.
Yeah. Here comes Abby.
Yeah, Abby's drifting to the back. He was up there pulling probably.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
So on one ride, I was teasing Laura. I told her, I said that she rides like Marco Pantani used to do, where when the road would go up, he would lower his body and just kind of ride up, you know, into the clouds, so to speak. as Laura flattens his heels in our area. And she was like, "Oh, you're right. I wasn't aware of that, and that's exactly what I do." I said,
That's the old time take a break. I rested completely on a Friday. Yeah. I did it on the 2 rides, and then the third one, which I thought on Thursday it wasn't going to be easy. Mo showed up, Sana showed up, Enoch showed up. I was like, forget it.
Oh, yeah.
"Paul's talking about the rides during the week. It's the holidays, everybody's
So it
got some
wasn't a
time
recovery ride after all.
with Thanksgiving and everything, so we got to ride Thanksgiving morning before the festivities began. It's a short light, let everybody know. I use a low gear, so I don't have to get up. I can wind up the watts. Save your legs. It's a long day. You see my cadence is up there. You gotta practice that. If you're gonna accelerate and have any kind of snap, you gotta work on being able to rev that stuff like Ferrari. You just use that, close gaps, open gaps, whatever. And the rest of the time, you need to have your cruising cadence. You don't want to be spinning at 110 for too long. Or 115 is not very efficient necessarily. You accelerate and then you settle in.
I know.
Yeah, we got a big group. I was very pleased. The ride is popular, and
We'll see how
I
it
don't
plays
want to
out.
mess with what's making it popular. I think that the routes we do, I've been trying to get a little more creative. I'm going to take the group west and north in a few, in a little while. I'm creating additional routes for variety. But it's because everybody gets a chance to stretch their legs, so to speak. But somebody up there is turning the thing, because we're doing almost 23, 24. And this is a grade here on Fishcreek. So basically, for this group, to keep up with this group and be comfortable, you got to ride during the week. You can't just show up on Saturday after having taken the whole week off. It's too hard on your body. You got to be consistent with your training. So I've been doing my best to be consistent because, you get interruptions and different things going on. So, but the holiday week was good. We got to do some rides. I ended up missing a big ride on Wednesday. I had planned to go, but then something came up. So I took that day off.
You did something yesterday.
Yeah. I went to do the friends ride.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly.
How was that?
I wasn't bad. It was pretty easy. Went to Richards again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When we went, I went to meet them at 105.
Okay.
And then rode over the lake, Taco, and then from Taco to Richards. And then we did exactly essentially the same route.
Okay.
But then when they were turning back, I got to the south.
Okay.
I was with Jerry.
Oh,
And Mo joined us through the Taco.
okay.
And it took it easy.
Yeah.
It was on a small trip, but
He said Mo joined them. Abby's talking about a ride on Friday. He said Mo was on a small chain ring. It doesn't matter what chain ring Mo is on. If he's on a similar ratio, he ticks that stuff. If he's ticking it properly and he's in at 39.15, that's like a 53.19. on the big chain. So
Yeah, and I thought, oh, I
3914 or 3913. That's an 81-inch gear, like close to a 5317. If he's turning that thing fast, it can be hard depending on the conditions. So it's not being on a small chainring that makes it easy. It's the effort and the effort for the conditions. That's Jerry. That's I'm greeting him, Jerry on the right. That's Darren on the left. I think Darren's about 6'5" or something like that. I end up on Darren's wheel and Darren ends up on Mo's wheel, because when Mo starts to go really hard, after a while Laura drifts to the back in the group, because you get a better draft if you're following somebody taller. And I probably that's why she did it. I should have followed suit, but I stayed on Darren's wheel because he provides a good draft.
No, I didn't.
Some of the tallest guys in the peloton.
Yeah. I need to rest.
There's Mo on the right. So whatever cadence you're carrying, make sure you've trained in that range. You don't try new things in a group, because if you're not comfortable with the cadence in United Fishing, you can burn a lot of calories and make yourself tired.
We're going to Mount Pleasant, make a loop all the way to the same way we came back on from Richards. So that's the loop we're doing. No. We're just going through the forest and yeah.
Somebody's asking Paul about the route. If you look at my cadence, it's high. See more on the right. He's also more pedals fast. That's his style. Well, if I'm cruising, I like to cruise between 95 and 105, depending on the condition. If I'm climbing, I might be climbing 85 to 90, something like that. The range will vary. If it gets steeper, the cadence will drop. But I try to find a rhythm that is sustainable and efficient. The light is red, I believe. It's a short light. John moved a little bit close to my wheels. I was just reacting. That's Ridge Lake Shores here we're going through. I'm using my gears properly. That's why you don't see me getting up. I'm not staying in the same gear. I'm downshifting one or two cogs and revving up the gears. You don't want to stay seated and try to spin a big gear from a standstill up when you slow down. You need to shift down.
Touch that and let go.
So in about maybe a kilometer, well, probably 2 or 3 kilometers from now, there will be a close call. Somebody will be pulling off, and then he will pull off to the right, but the following rider was in the path. Basically, the wheels almost touched. The whole group saw it, and you hear the group exclaim. I'm on the left. It happens on the right where Moore is, close to the shoulder. That's Kimberly coming off the front. And so I end up asking Paul what happened. But the camera catches it.
Mr. Barreras, morning, sir.
I greeted Mike as he drifted back. So whenever you're riding, you got to be vigilant. Always watch the wheels, especially your front wheel is very vulnerable. Make sure you're not overlapped. And if it does happen, make sure you have some room out to the left and so forth so you can move if a rider moves over too much. I try to stay within a foot of most riders I follow. You see, that's the distance we're keeping him. Get a good draft. This is about where it happens, so keep your eye on the two riders in front of the guy in the blue. That's Doug. The rider in front of him on the white back bike is going to get overlapped by the rider who is pulling in front of that guy. Somewhere around here, he ends up moving to the side too early as that guy is in the space. I think we'll see it right about there. Watch. Let's see. You see the wheels are close? I think he wants off the front, but then he moves to the right, and that guy is there. And they almost collide.
You still feel the discomfort when the
Keep your eye on them. Doug in the blue, the two guys in front of Doug right there. It's going to happen soon.
Good.
Somewhere around here. The whole group sees it. Those two riders to the front there. He decides to get off the front. I guess it's too hard. He stayed up there too long. And when he moved to the right, that guy was going by. See the guy on the right? He's going by. Right there. He's overlapping, and that guy's going to move to the right. Keep your eye in that space. Right about here. You see how he's on the right? He's overlapping. Watch that right there. Almost crashed. That's why Mo said, come on, guys. So the guy in the front moved over, and that guy was on his right. And his rear wheel almost hit the guy's front wheel. That's how those crashes happen. So Mo said, come on, guys. So he's going to move to the front and pick up the pace. So people can pay attention.
Something happened. No, he wasn't letting Edwin to take over, and he went the same side he was moving. Right now.
Yeah, so the rider behind him was on the right and overlapping, and the guy who was pulling moved to the right, so his rear wheel almost hit that guy's front wheel. So when you're in the group, it doesn't take much to cause those incidences, so be aware. If you're moving, you got to check, make sure the space is clear. And you who follow, you got to make sure your wheel is protected. That's Clement Champoussin, and then Doug is pulling also. Mo is on Doug's wheel. And that's Jennifer on John's wheel. That's the reason I was keeping my cadence high. So after we went over this overpass, I felt no pressure on my legs. I put my arm out so that driver can at least, because I wasn't sure that he saw us. Sometimes people are not paying attention, so we're always trying to get their attention. I do that a lot when I'm solo. If I put my arm out and the car looks like it's still moving, I get ready for evasive action. Sometimes you have to turn, you gotta do what you gotta do. It doesn't happen that frequently, but just gotta be aware. Be vigilant. We're going to be turning on Capitol Hill. we are going into this wind. It has been incessantly blowing the whole time. You hear it. In the winter or in the spring, winter, we get winds from the northwest. Today on this ride, it was northwest. I used my mirror. I knew it was clear. I'm letting them know it's clear. We're going to be turning. We're going to take the center turn lane. There is a lip when we turn. And this is another reason you have to always read the road. It's not just for potholes. It's all the imperfections you have to deal with. So you don't want to remain seated. You don't want to remain seated over an intersection like that right there. There's a drop where that road you want to stand. Saves your wheels. And then this is a grade as we turn. Gets up to like 2%. So you will see my cadence increase. I am reading this road. We come here often enough. I know all these ruts and stuff. So I'm not following the wheel in front of me very tightly. I want to be able to see the ruts. There's not enough time to call these ruts. There's too many of them. And they're not gaping holes. So every now and then we'll call some, but you need to be reading the road in this situation. So I'm looking for the smoothest pavement to follow. Even some of the patches I consider to be ruts because they just drop the asphalt. They don't smooth it out. And on the bicycle, you feel that. Doug's done pulling, so he's off the front. And Mo is at the front and the speed's picking up, so I want to make sure I stay in shelter. So Mo is in the front, Laura is on his wheel, then Darren, and I'm on Darren's wheel. I'm staying in shelter because I know Mo gets up there, it's going to be a long morning, a long day, put it that way. So mentally I told myself, okay, let's do this until Taco, then I can back off and do something different for the rest of the ride. It starts with your mind. You have to be motivated. You have to have a reason to want to do this. And so right now I'm sitting right at zone 2, the top of zone 2. So most of the time Mo is pulling. I think I'm in sweet spot and I slightly get into bottom of zone 4, but it still felt hard with the wind and the changes in tempo. That's why you got to be on top of your gear. So we call the main ruts. The rest you can kind of. I think that's the first time I stood. Gotta be ready. Somebody revved it up and then it slowed down. And I just moved to the left, let the wind slow me down. Paul moved to the right. That's what it takes to hold a fast pace. You've got to be on top of your gear. Otherwise you would just kill your legs and you won't have the momentum to keep up. You will be gapped. Plus this builds what we call snap. So any fast group you ride with, be conservative in your gear selection. err on the side of finding the smallest possible gear for that speed. This road is a slight, what I call ninja grade. And most of Mo's rides, they're averaging about 34K, 34, 35K, so 21, 22 miles an hour. So this is the pace they hold. That's Doug.
Hey.
Paul's drifting to the back, I guess. Mike Bradbury, Clement Chamboussin in front of him. And this is Mitch from Austin, Texas with the Mellow Johnny Gile. Jennifer Z. That's Kenny on the outside. This is Jerry on the inside here. And these are the guys from Dallas. I believe one is James and one is Rose. James is the guy in blue, I believe. There's Kimberly on the left. And Mike Barreras from San Diego, California on the right. So we slow down in the car there. He or she lets us go, but we're prepared to stop. And we go as a train. And I'm expecting more to lift. You see the watts already going up, because that's a 2% as you come through the intersection, and there's a climb coming up. We're already in the distance, so they're gonna have to speed up to get to us. I'm in third position, but Laura is gonna drift back. That's Laura on the left in front there in the light green. She's drifting to the back to sit in because she's getting off of Mo's wheel. Mo gets really low, and then Darren sits on Mo's wheel. I don't think he got much of a draft, so he was working the whole time. And by the time we got to Mill Rock, both of us drifted off of Mo's wheel and got to the back and slipped back in the group. So you're not going to be able to see me because I'm in third position, but if you watch the watts, because Mo stands up most of this climb here, the speeds are going to pick up. It's Abby. Abby's trying to move up. I think that's Stan. And Michael Bradbury, he's spinning that thing like crazy. So is Mike Barreras. The two mics are spinning. We're already descending. So that's the thing. You're in the back. When we're done, you're still working. As you can see, I have 0 watts. I'm not even pedaling right there. It's going to go up on the second bump about now, and then we're going to get to the corner and turn. So now I'm at sweet spot. Getting ready for the right turn. So between the front and here, it's at least 5 or 7 seconds. We've already turned. We're already gone. Now they're just getting to the corner. Mike Barreras. We're coming back from the forest and we're riding, and Mike was like, "Darren's a big lad." I just kind of nodded my head. I wasn't in the mood to chat. Once we get going, I kind of focus on riding. I mean, you can see the line. We're way up there. See, my heart rate is 156. That is right below sweet spot. So for most of the time, I was staying relatively, top in tempo to sweet spot. Not too bad. A little faster than I wanted to go, but. There's a corner coming up that Mike Barreras is going and lining up for. That's Mill Route. We're already up there. They're gonna get gap when we take that corner, because Mo takes that corner pretty quickly. I'm in third position and I'm right there, and we open just a slight gap. He's not really trying to open the gap. That's just the way Mo rides. Why lose all the momentum you have if you don't need to? We're already gone through the corner, and there's a bit of a gap. There's 3 of us up there. We've got the rest of these guys gapped. They're gonna have to work back up to us. This road here, every time you settle into a rhythm, it goes up, and then there's a little bit of a bump, then it curves. So right here is going up now. It says 1%. It's a little more than that. In a few kilometers, there's a gap that will open between us and Mo in the front, and we're just going to drift back to get more shelter from the bigger group. Did a good job paving this road. It's very nice. see the ebb and flow. We're pushing again, the road's going up. See the watts, 400. Darren drifting back. Drift back too. We're pushing 2854. The highway is clear, we roll, there's no car coming at this moment. Abby has one of those Garmin radar things, that's what's on his bike. You can see the speeds did not change much. 22, 23. And we're going into the wind here. So that's more. All this time he's been sitting up there, he finally pulls off. From the time we turned on Capitol, I believe. And he's gonna go back there because the group has some splits. There are riders off this pace. He's gonna go back and shepherd them back to the group. So when we get to the store, a few riders asked whether we could split the group if they didn't want to continue this pace into the forest. Seemed like a good idea to me, and so I joined them. We rode at a more civilized pace. I'm a few riders behind Paul here on this stretch. Just kind of sitting, got a nice rhythm, keeping my cadence close to 90. This entire stretch is going up. Falls flat. And in the winter, the wind is in our face. On this day, it's blowing from north and west. That's why I see Laura is a little to the right there. See how she adjusted when Abby looked like he was coming over? She just kind of soft pedaled and protected her front wheel by keeping that room there. So he just fit in the gap he was in. You don't need to overreact. Everything you do need to be smooth. And it comes with experience. You just gotta relax. Now it says 1%. All I know is we feel it every time we get on this road. They did a good job of giving us a slightly larger shoulder than we used to have. This group is so big, the people are in the main lane. There's nothing coming, but I'm riding the shoulder. It's clean, like where Laura is. So it levels off and start going downhill. We just kind of roll. So 55 minutes, I believe Taco's about 30 something K, 31, 32 K, about 20 miles maybe. Doug was pulling. Around 30 miles an hour, 30 to 32 miles an hour. Hear the wind. Nice tight train. Rolling down into Montgomery, Texas. That's the city limit sign with this pass. That's Highway 105 in the distance. 105 runs through Conroe up to 59. One of the long highways in the area on the east side, and then going west. Goes all the way, you get the Cop Station part of the road. Okay. It's a stop because the lights are flashing, so we wait our turn and then we go through. That's a train. This climb is very exposed. The whole thing, you see how it curves in the distance, and the higher you go, the more the wind blows. About 3/4 of the way up. It's going to curve to the left and the wind really hits you because there's nothing up here to block the wind. This is the most exposed section right here. Mike's getting some heat. The road here is under construction, so they've closed 2 lanes, and these guys are not making the best decisions of when to pass. So I'm behind that, end up taking the whole lane behind Paul to force the cars to wait, because we all got 1 lane. Those 2 lanes are not ready, they're not open. Then he sits at the stop sign even though there's nobody else there. He in a hurry to pass, but then he doesn't want to go. So I don't know what you did this weekend, but this is part of what we did on Saturday. Look at that sky. It's just a lovely day. Taco Corner is in the distance. We're going to stop briefly. People use the restrooms, and then we head out and continue this ride. So my plan was to keep my effort in the endurance zone. So sitting on Mo's wheel, I got up to like sweet spot, and I was like, I reached out and said, nah, I don't want to do more of this for the next 4 hours or 3 hours, however much. Probably got about 3 hours left or so. I figure, okay. So people started saying, well, why don't we split the group, because we don't want to do this pace. And so at the store, we decided to split the group. So remember, get your K's in and keep all the doctors fired.